My next guest is coming off a huge win on Dana White's Contender Series back on October 10th, which earned him a UFC contract. This is Marquel Mederos joining me here on the program. Marquel, how are you, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain.
I'd say so. What a win that was. Before we talk about that, where are you going right now? Where am I getting you today?
I'm actually just leaving the gym, so you caught me in the middle of a good old drive.
There we go. Okay, well, glad we can do some multitasking here. Just make sure you got your seatbelt on. It's all good. But let's. I mentioned it there. You got the UFC contract. Has it sunk in yet, man, that you're a part of the UFC roster? And it was it was a great road to get here.
Yeah, of course. I think that's why I'm at the gym already, right? Because I think the work is just beginning. I think if it didn't sink in, I'll still be basking in it. But it's time to get to work, so it's time to put in the work for sure.
Any nerves going into the fight? I know you get a little bit of nerves, before every fight. Just it's natural in all of us. But did it feel any different because the UFC contract was on the line?
No, nerves are nerves. I always think about it like this: that man across the cage is feeling the exact same thing you're feeling. So for you to feel any other way than the way that you're feeling in that moment is asinine. But in saying that, I think once they tell me it's time to go, all the nerves go away. It's like letting the dog off the leash.
Yeah. And you look like a dog off the leash, man. What a quick finish that was. I mean, could the fight have gone any better? Is that kind of how you pictured the fight going?
I wish it would have been a little bit more cleaner on my end, at least on the stand-up. But yeah, the knockout, as far as the knockout, yeah, it was crazy. We're on the way to walk out, and the guy, Rocha just got the knee knocked. My coach Mark Montoya, and I was like, let's make it two in a row. He was like, let's do it, and that's what ended up happening.
Yeah, and it all worked out. You must have known you had the contract then, right? Or was there any doubt at all? Because you never know.
Doubt as far as what? I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying, was there any doubt at all you weren't going to get the contract, or were you like 99% sure it was yours?
No, Dana, he was like, I usually don't do this, but I'm telling you right now, you're getting the contract. And I was like, shit, let's do it. That was like, that was the best part of my night right there for sure.
Absolutely. How did you celebrate after the win?
I didn't go too crazy. We drank. They gave us a bottle of that Hollerhead whiskey, and I drank between my coaches. We probably drank like half of that handle before we left the parking lot. And then, we just went out for a little dinner and nothing too crazy.
Yeah, that's good. And what's been the feedback like, man? Because again, everyone was talking about that finish after the event.
Man, it was ridiculous. I got DMs from people I haven't talked to since third grade. I'm like, bro, I don't even remember you.
Yeah. But it's got to feel good, man. Like, you get the contract, you get a good finish. Like, I know you put a lot into this in your career in terms of getting here. Have you been able to kind of soak in the journey that it's taken you to get here at this point?
Yeah, I have 100%, but like I said, I don't want to bask in that too much. I just want to get back to work. But real life, it hits me in like moments, right? I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, I gotta go practice today. Oh shit, I'm in the UFC, and everybody at the gym is like, they always make a big deal. They're like, oh, Marquel Mederos, the UFC fighter. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, try not to bask in it too much. But yeah, it has hit me a couple of times here and there.
Good. That's great, man. When do you want to get that UFC debut? Are you kind of looking at next year, maybe skip the holidays, or did you sort of got any indication? For whatever reason, it seems like Contender Series fighters always end up fighting the year after. I don't know why, but when do you want to fight?
I want to fight on that December 16th card. I was talking to Dustin, Jacoby, and Brandon Royval this morning about it. And yeah, if we can make that a Factory X card, that'll be money. That'll be my fifth fight this year, so that'll be dope.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess at this point, it's kind of just whoever they give you, or you kind of scouting the division and saying that would be a fun matchup.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's just whoever they give me, whoever they put in front of me. If they can get a body there on December 16th and make it happen, then let's do it that way.
I got to ask, just because the timing of this interview, we've got the new main event on Saturday between Islam and Volkanovski. I was curious your prediction on that fight. How do you see that one going?
So with Islam and Volkanovski, man, my heart wants to go with Volkanovski, but my mind is telling me it's gonna be Islam. He just had all the preparation, and it was like, I don't know. I think it'll be a closer fight than what people think. But I still have to go with Islam.
What about that title fight?
Actually, I'm gonna reverse this. What's your prediction?
What's my prediction? I have Islam as well. I think with the short notice, the 10 days with Volkanovski, the fact he had hand surgery, the fact that Islam will have a better weight cut this time, I think he'll beat Volkanovski, but I think it'll be more decisive this time.
You think it'll be more decisive? Okay. Yeah,
I think so. Like, I don't think he'll finish him, but I think it'll be a clear decision win for him. Mind you, I thought he won last time too, so.
I'm kind of more excited for the Hamzat and Usman because I feel like
same here.
Because
who knows how Usman's going to look at 85, and same with Chimaev. Like, we don't really know, right? Like, he's looked good at 170, but like, you move up a weight class, it's always a different thing. Mind you, he's fighting a guy who's in his weight class, right? So.
Yeah, and I don't know if those weight misses were lack of discipline or he's just really that big. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I mean that's what I'm entertained to see.
What do you got planned the rest of the week? I know you're always in the gym training, but are you I'm sure there was stuff you neglected in camp, just because you're getting ready for the fight. Are you kind of back to doing errands and stuff too? Like what do you got going on this week?
I got that stuff done early. Maybe I'll take my girl shopping. Baby needs some new shoes. That's another reason why I want to get on that card at the end of the year. Man, I need a couple dollars, but maybe take the girl shopping and chill out. That's about it.
Okay. Do you have a job on top of fighting as well, or are you just doing fighting and just relying on sponsors?
That's exactly where I was driving right now. I'm going to this Papado's Seafood Kitchen. Yeah, we need a few more wins before we could quit that job for sure. So got to keep it. It's keeping me humble for sure.
Yeah, but that's got to be cool going into work and you're a UFC fighter. Like, that's pretty badass, right? That's like when you graduate high school and you come back for the reunion and people get to see you you've made something of yourself.
Yeah. It can go two ways. Either you're that guy who came back and he's like, why do you still come to these high school reunions?
Right. Yeah, that too. Yeah, I guess that's a drawback.
Or you're the guy. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see everybody's excitement for me. I've been told a lot that a lot of people are telling me like, man, I'm more excited about this than you, and it's not that. Like I said, it's just I love the fact that I won the contract, but man, if I was to just celebrate right now, I feel like I'd be lying to myself because I feel like I expected to be here, and I just want to go out and show how dominant I could really be over time.
Before we get out of here, what are some of your other hobbies outside of fighting? I don't know if you watch any other sports. You're a video game guy. Are you watching anything good on Netflix? Like, what else is going on in your life?
I don't really care for too much outside of fighting. I mean, I hang out with my daughter and my fiance, and if it's not, I literally will sit there and watch 4 hours of fighting a day. So I don't know if that's boring but I think
it's good. It's the profession you're in. I think that's probably good. What's a good fight you've seen recently? How about that? Is there? I mean, we had a good main event last week, right, with the featherweights. But is there any fight that's really caught your eye the last little bit here?
Fights that's caught out. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of older fights.
Okay.
I was watching even my teammate. I was watching one of his old fights versus Jonathan Martinez versus Davis Philly a while back before Davis Philly got popped on steroids, and just like those little performances. I like the fights who are on the main stage, but they don't get it as much credit because they're not. I like performances like that. I like to watch what was the Russian guy who was really big at 45, but he just quit fighting out of nowhere.
Oh, Zabit.
I was watching Zabit versus Kyle Bochniak the other night too. That was a beautiful performance. I like watching fights like that, the performances that don't get as much hype as the main event cards.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's good. There's so much to watch. That's the beauty of having Fight Pass. You can kind of go back and watch the old interviews and everything. And still making time for interviews, man. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to the UFC debut, whenever that may be. But in the meantime, man, if there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank everybody who helped me for this camp. I mean, I didn't get to say it enough during my post-fight interview, but everybody, I appreciate the support, and I'll continue to take that support and then prove all you guys right, because it's not only me, it takes a village, right? So just thank you to everyone who supported. And then as far as my social media, it's Marquel Mederos for everything.